in the SFX, and Mick Lally had given me an invitation, and I went along to see Studs, and I happened to be getting into my seat when this woman stood up and said, Johnny Murphy, you're very difficult to get in touch with. Have we got your right phone number? And I said, yeah, and people started to look back at me, and I got a sort of a red face and said, who was that? And she said, you play the trumpet. I said, no. She said, you will. And it turned out to be Ros Hubbard and John, who were casting. Yeah. And I got a call from them then, and went along to see Alan for the first reading and to meet him, and I read a couple of parts, and they had given me the script, and I read looking at Joey the Lips, and he's described as small, fat and bald.
Joey the Lips.
Which I'm not. I mean, I'm terrific looking fella. And I read that, and I said, well, I'm not Joey the Lips anyway, but I might get something. It'd be great to work with Alan Parker. And I went in for the first interview, and I read through it, and we shook hands, and I left, and then about 2 weeks later I got a call again, and Alan asked me to read for Joey the Lips, and I think I read 3 different scenes.
And did you learn to play the trumpet?
Well, no, that's a very leading question. No, it's impossible, I mean, over a period of we were involved for about 10 or 11 weeks to actually learn to play
the trumpet.
What's
Earl Gill at if you can learn it in 10 weeks?
Well, yes, but what it entailed really was being up there and just coming in with bop, bop, bop. But I mean, I couldn't actually.
He's got a lot of soul, hasn't he?
I couldn't sort of play the charge of the Light Brigade though.
And how have you reacted to the whole American scene, Johnny?
Oh, fabulous. I found it terrific. I mean, it was just like one big carnival, and everything was at your beck and call, and first class everything, and you went to nightclubs and brought here, there and everywhere, and then when you decided to collapse, there was a big stretch limo waiting for you to bring you back to your hotel. I thought it was wonderful. I put up with it for a long time.
But isn't it fantastic to think that we've had My Left Foot, The Field, and now The Commitments? And is it nonsense talk completely to talk of an Oscar nomination, Alan? Is it?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
well,
jinx it if you do.
You could, yes. But it's not out of the question, is it? I mean, with the album going so well so far, selling wildly in Ireland and in England and in America, as we heard, 500,000 copies so far and climbing. I mean, it's not beyond the bounds of possibility, is it?
Well, the film has been extraordinarily well received in the United States, particularly amongst the film community who actually do vote on those Academy Awards. So. Yes. There's always a chance, yeah.
Well, I want to assure our viewers that you're getting away light with, because, as I said, this film is rather robust in its language and in its approach. And if bad language upsets you, I mean, if the use of the celebrated 4-letter word and various other things upsets you, then this is not the movie for you, because you're going to be offended. But for the Americans, they brought out a Tusser's glossary to explain to Americans the meaning of the various bits of language in the film. And it requires, well, a Tusser, as you know, is a waster, an idiot, a clown. Yeah. Poxy, as you know, means lousy or of no merit. Ride, well, you know, as in, I suppose a ride would be out of the question. They explain that here as well. They explain what a gobshite is, you know, a derogatory noun referring to a person, and that, right enough, is what a gobshite is. Now
It's like hearing the Queen swearing. It's not quite gay.
But this is what the glossary is.
It's like the Prime Minister effing blind. I don't want to hear this.
The amazing thing is that you have to explain bollocks to Americans. It's amazing, you know. It's an all-purpose word, it says, with multiple usage. It can be an adjective, it can be an adverb, it can be a noun, it can refer to a person, as in, wait till you see the little bollocks waiting for you outside. And all of this language is in the movie. Bleeding now, as you know, is an all-purpose adjective, as in you bleeding gobshite. That's fairly.
Can you imagine valley dudes in LA saying that, hey, gobshite, what the hell's going on? Man, I was sitting there, bollocks, waiting with my gooters. You tosser.
It doesn't sound
right. What have you done,
right.
Alan? What have you done to America?
It doesn't sound right the way
So I was saying to the bollocks, I said, hey, why don't you get off my case, gooterhead? It just doesn't sound right. Coming out of American...
Did you ever, Lenny, come across the word rapid?
Pardon?
Rapid.
What?
Rapid.
Rapid.
No, no, I don't know.
Well,
What
it's
is it?
pronounced rapper, but it's spelled rapid.
Rapid.
Yeah, it means great, extremely good.
Oh, great. Rapid.
As in bleeding rapper. All of that sort of thing.
Right.
Robert, how are you? Good evening to you. You're very welcome. Now, Robert is the star of the show because he is, I suppose, he's the agent who gets the whole band together and works very hard on them. Last night, how did you react to last night? Was it good?
I couldn't really. I was completely astonished. It was really far out. It was
Rapid.
rapid. No, I was there the night before, and like I've been expecting, like, from judging from the other premieres in America, I thought we're at home in Dublin. It's about Dublin, set in Dublin. It's going to be brilliant. And on Wednesday night, when you were there, everybody really laughed their heads off and got into it a lot and applauded at the end. But last night, I just didn't stop. Stood up, ovations. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was nervous.
You had to audition 7 times, Robert. Why was that, please?
Well, because I'm a musician, I naturally thought that when I went for the part at the beginning, that I was going for a part, the bass player, the singer, maybe the piano player, and the manager. But I thought I was going to go for or get a part, if I did, a part in the band. So I think Alan, I'm not quite sure, but I think he couldn't work out which part I was able to do best, and thank God he gave me the leading role as a manager. I think I was quite able to do it because the band I'm with for the last 3 years, I've been working musically and managerially in Dublin,
Yes.
going around the scene, so I was kind of quite aware of being a manager.